It's a project that we started to develop now 3 years ago, still has at least a couple of years of engineering and permitting in front of us. It's 2 + 2 gigawatt of power cables coming from Tunisia and Algeria and landing in the northern part of Italy. We land in the northern part of Italy because of the reason I explained before, because that's where the grid is resilient, that's where demand is, and that's where I'm also, through the existing infrastructure in place, able to deliver that power to the benefit of Swiss, German, Austrian, or other European clients. The technology is a proven technology. The cable is a cable that in certain parts will reach more than 2,000 meters of depth. But today there is available technology that can easily afford that type of depth without energy losses. And that's one of the reasons why a project like this today can be competitive, because you have very little dispersion through the journey. We are also taking care of the development of the greenfield renewable energy in North Africa, and we will be working with partners along the way. We're talking about regeneration that include a combination of wind, solar, and battery storage, in order to have a profile of production that effectively is going to be baseload. And as a baseload power delivered in Europe, that's what industrial clients need, because this, with the entrance of the CBAM on one side and with the ETS system on the other, European industrial clients are penalized in their own final prices by the carbon content of their energy mix. And so there is a great surge or increased demand, so to speak, of industrial clients of green PPA, and that's what Medlink is there for. The project is also developed with the objective to create value for the hosting countries in Africa, because this is in the way we think about it and is an example of a new cooperation or a new partnership approach. And so part of the generation that we are going to develop will be left in countries for local industries in order to help them against the CBAM. And so aside from the traditional local content that it's always important to have in terms of local employment and local suppliers, the other element that we are going to be leaving on the ground is literally power for consumption at competitive costs for local industrial. And we think that this is one of the reasons why we really found strong support by the governments of the hosting countries, in addition to Italy. The project is a global gateway flagship project, and thanks to the support of the Italian government, but it's also been receiving formal letter of support by the German and the Austrian governments as well, exactly for the reason I just explained, because they can benefit indirectly from this cheap power coming through to their customers and providing a good and a very competitive complement to what may land in Germany, for example, through the offshore wind.
And where have you reached today in terms of the financing and development permitting of the project?
Yeah, we are completed the basis of design. We are in conversation on the concession terms with the hosting countries. We have started the permitting on the Italian side with all the prerequisites that we are obliged to comply with. And these are the two things that will take quite some time, because both the permitting on the Italian landing point side as well as the wind measurement campaign, consequence of the agreement with the hosting countries, will take at least a year and a half. We are already progressing with the identification of the key suppliers, particularly on the long lead items. We will finalize the preferred suppliers probably in the first part of next year, whilst we're moving from a long list to a short list during the course of 2025. So we are currently perfectly on track for a final investment decision by the end of 2027. But of course, there are a number of complexities that we need to work through. And as it is always the case with this type of project, we have experience of integrated energy project. I mean, when I was back at SNAM, I was involved into the transatlantic pipeline, which went through several countries and also included an offshore piece. And this is a job that requires an everyday push and everyday effort. And so we are very energetic and ready to keep pushing every day. And we think that we can deliver the first interconnector in the Med and open the way to more projects like this and in time for where you need to scale up its green energy footprint and renewable footprint in Europe and giving a substantial contribution to that.